Hey beautiful people, it's the girl Nika Bell, and I am back today with another video. If this is the first time on my channel, welcome, and if you have been here before, welcome back guys. As you can see from today's title, I'll be giving you guys a little update on how baby and I are doing. The last time I gave you guys any form of update as to my pregnancy, it was my gender reveal, and I was 26 weeks pregnant. I am currently 35 weeks. I'm almost there. So without any further ado, let's get straight into this video. Okay guys, so what your girl have been up to? Nothing. I haven't been up to anything. I'm just here chilling, like literally chilling. I am currently in my third trimester. As I said before, I am 35 weeks. And by the time you see this, I'll be like 36 weeks because I'll be 36 in 2 days or so. And what have I been going through, and how is baby doing for the past few months? Second trimester, when like my pregnancy is going by so fast, it's like no joke. In my second trimester, I started to feel okay, but I still had my morning sickness. Taste for chicken has returned, but upon returning, it was only my husband that could cook it and I can eat it. Like, so that was a good thing. And I did all my blood work and tests and all of that good stuff, and everything came back normal. Baby's doing great, and so am I. I'm feeling great. Nothing really happened much in my second trimester. In my third trimester, I still have morning sickness and stuff like that. That didn't last long too well, but like for right now, I am good. So I am just chilling, really, in the sense of that I don't have a lot to do because I have a 20-month-old, and when I didn't like stuff that that I planned for her and to do. I have to do this, I have to do that. This time around, I don't have to do all of that because, for example, like thinking about swing, cribs, and all of that stuff. This time around is a no-no because I knew that I wanted another baby not long after my daughter. So I still have like the swing and bassinet and stuff like that still up. I just put them away, but I did not pull them down. But where that is concerned, putting a getting stuff for a baby and all of that, that's been that's been done. So right now there's not a lot for me to do. It's just to get things in, things in order. Being in my third trimester, and this is a little story time. So I was in a car accident about 2 weeks ago on my way to work. This food truck came from nowhere and just hit me in the side of my car. And being pregnant, the seatbelt kind of pulled under my belly button. It kind of, really hold me. But I came home and I started feeling some, discomfort. But I was just thinking, it's a little jerk and stuff like that. And I'm okay. But my husband actually called the ambulance and I went in. It was me and my daughter that was in the car. So she came along with me and all of that. So, and they sent me to triage and all of that. So, going to the hospital, they'd be like, take off everything and put on a gown and all of that stuff. So when they hooked me up, they realized that I was having contraction. And the doctor came in and she was like, normally we would keep you 4 to 6 hours, but because we've seen that you are having contraction, you have to stay for 24 hours. Who would tell her for telling me that? Whew. I started crying. Like, I was bawling my eyes out. So my husband was downstairs because he was attending to our daughter, and I told him to bring the baby to see me because the doctor said that I'm having contraction and I can't leave. The doctor was like, no, no babies are allowed. And I started bawling my eyes out because I'm like, my daughter is so attached to me. It's like, it's crazy. And cause I was like, oh my goodness, like I am just 34 weeks and I am having contraction. Like, I'm not ready. Like, I'm like really not ready. Mentally, I'm not ready. And otherwise, I am not ready. So they keep checking on the thing. Before I know it, she was like, she's gonna have to do sonogram and make sure that the placenta is still intact and all of that. So when they checked me, they say that my cervix and everything was still closed and all of that. So that was a good thing. But then my daughter was just rocking me. Like, I could not shake off the feeling of being away from her. And I think it's me more than her. Because I know, like, if she go home and she don't see me, she's gonna be walking around in all the rooms calling mom, 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 and then she probably gonna start crying. And that's what, and I know that I was not having it. But after they did all the tests and aggravate me, came to draw blood. At first they pulled probably about 6 bottles of blood from me. And then when they did that, the nurse came back and was like, oh, I missed one and I have to stick you again. And I'm like, okay. And later on in the evening, they came back and stick me again and get blood. I'm like, okay, that's it. And in the evening, the doctor came back and to check my cervix and all of that, and still it was closed, and she had said that the contractions had went down. So that's a positive thing. So I'm like, okay, cervix is still closed and the contractions are basically going away. All right, after hours, like after 7 going, I said to the reminder, I don't bother these people. When am I gonna be able to get something to eat? Because they had told me that they're doing the blood work, they're pulling blood and stuff like that to give them a few minutes. So she had said that to wait a while before I eat something. So I'm like, okay. In the after 7 going, I'm like, nurse, when will I be able to get something to eat? She was like, I'm gonna have to see the doctor to find out when can you eat. I'm like, okay. Time come after 7 still. I gave her a few minutes. I'm like, what did the doctor say? I'm still waiting on the doctor. I'm still waiting. I'm like, okay. I was on the phone with my husband and he was like, you didn't eat yet? I'm like, no, I didn't eat anything yet. From this morning I had some crackers in my bag and I had that, but I haven't eaten anything all day. Man, that happened in the morning. On my way to work, I had bought breakfast and I didn't get to eat it because it happened on my way to work. And when I'm laying there so uncomfortable in this thing of a bed, all these things around my belly, if I move too hard and they're not seeing what they're supposed to see in the monitor, or they're running in there, oh, you have to fix this, you have to turn like this because we're not picking up the baby's heartbeat properly. I'm like, really? But I did what I tried to make sure that they're able to hear the heartbeat, because that's my baby, and I have to make sure that whatever it is that they need to see, I'm in the position so that they can see it and all that. So I was so uncomfortable on the bed. The IV in my hand, my fingers start to get all stiff, and I was like, when am I gonna get somewhere else to to lay down, and when am I gonna get food to eat? Still, the nurse telling me, oh, the doctor didn't put in the order for you to eat yet, and da da da. So I'm saying to her, what is it that's going on? Why I can't eat? I'm just laying here. I'm so uncomfortable and hungry. And she actually said, okay, I'm going to go and see the doctor, and I'll be back. She did not came back. So I'm like, okay. My husband was like, I'm coming to get you. I'm like, hold on, because if there's anything that, happened overnight and stuff like that, I don't want to, feel guilty that they said that I should stay, and I went home and whatever. I'm like, hold on, let's hear what the doctor is saying, and then we can make a decision. This nurse did not came back. I'm laying there. So another nurse, the night nurse, came in, and she come and introduced herself and stuff like that. I was saying to her that this thing that I'm laying on is very uncomfortable. My back is hurting, and I am hungry. So she said, okay, I'm going to find out from the doctor what you can get. So I'm like, I've been hearing that all evening and no one coming to tell me anything. So she was like, okay, I'm going to find out for you. She go, I don't hear nothing from her. So I called to her, and I'm like, what did the doctor say? She said, oh, the doctor said that you can only have clear fluid. I'm like, no, that's not right. That's not right. I am leaving right now, because this is ridiculous. So at this point, I was just like, no, I've had enough. Enough is enough. I took off the monitors. I got up. I screw off the drip and lock it with the needle still in my hand. Of course, I'm not going to pull that out. And I went to the bathroom. I came back. I started putting on my clothes. I put on my clothes, and everything gone, and everything was literally wrapped up on the bed and put aside. I took my pocketbook. I was just sitting there on the bed waiting for her to come give me the discharge paper, because I am leaving. So when she came in the room, like, you're up. I'm like, yes, I am up. I took them off because I am leaving. She said, okay, hold on, let me get the doctor. In less than 2 minutes, I'm telling you, in less than 2 minutes, the doctor was in my room. And she was like, what's going on? I said, Doc, I've been here asking for something to eat for hours, since after 7. She was like, basically, why didn't you eat? I'm like, because they told me they're waiting on an order from you, and then the order came in that I can only have clear fluids. She was like, you can eat. Really? So who have been saying that I can't eat? And I said, if there's nothing here for me, that's fine. My husband can bring me something to eat. I'm not going to stay in here from after 10 this morning to after 10 and the next day without anything to eat. Like, this is ridiculous. And I was like, and this that I'm sitting on right now is hurting my back, and I'm very uncomfortable. I asked multiple times, when am I going to get a room that I can lay down comfortable while I'm here? She was like, okay, we're going to put you in a room and stuff like that. And I'm like, and I said to her, I am just watching everyone come in, do what they have to do, and just leave the urine there that's been sitting on this table since after 10 in the morning. And I'm not asking anyone to take it out, because they should know that once they're finished with it, throw it out. And it was when my night nurse came, she was the one who took it up and throw it away. So I'm like, this is ridiculous. And another thing, ain't nobody else coming in here checking my cervix. That's for sure. Because by the time y'all finish checking me, it's open and ready for me to give birth. So no more checking. The night nurse went and got me food. Roast chicken or whatever, and mashed potato. When it came, I'm like, oh my god. At this point, I just told my husband not to even bother to come to bring me anything to eat. I'll just eat what they say that they have. And when they came with the food, this was what it was: a dried chicken and mashed potato and whatever. I ate it. I ate some of it. Like, I had all the mashed potato and a piece of the chicken. I just wanted something so that I don't pass out from being hungry anyways. You understand what I'm saying? By the time the nurse put the food down and went out, she was like, there's a room ready for you. So then they put me in the labor and delivery room. And I'm sitting there saying to myself, I've been asking for a room for the longest while. I've been asking for something to eat for the longest, and no one paying me any mind really, because when they're telling me, okay, Miss Jack, come in, and I'm there like, okay, and I reach the point where I'm like, enough is enough. Like, this is how y'all treat people coming into the hospital? Like, enough is enough. So I said all that to say this: when you go to the hospital as a pregnant woman, especially African American, you better be able to speak up for yourself, stand up for yourself. Let these people know if you're not comfortable about something, if you're not sure about something, like, let it be known. Don't just say okay, and that's fine, and think that, oh, you know best, so you do whatever you do. No. Ask questions. Make sure that they're really doing what they're supposed to do. Because trust me, most of these nurses and doctors, they do not care about us. They do not care about us. And that's a proven fact. And I remember I think one of the nurses asked me where I'm gonna give birth, and I told her Long Island Jewish, and she was like, "Oh, you're going Long Island Jewish?" And I'm like, "Yes." She said to me, "Oh, we do the same. We do the same thing here, like they do over there." I was like, "No, you don't. No." I wasn't acting crazy or anything like that. I was just speaking my mind. When the night nurse, when she was leaving in the morning, she came to me and she said, when I heard you talking to and telling the doctor how you feel and what you're not doing and what you're going to do, she was like, yeah, she ain't playing. And I'm like, no, I wasn't, because it's ridiculous the way how they were treating me. I called my husband to come and pick me up, and I left, and I came home. I was exhausted. I spent all day in bed resting, and I've been good. I'm back at work and all of that good stuff. I saw my doctor the following Thursday, and baby's still doing great. She checked, and heartbeat and everything was good. And while she was checking, he was just like carrying on, and I'm like, okay, you're not just giving her a heartbeat, you're giving her movements, baby boy. So he's doing great. And after that, the Sunday, I did my maternity shoot, something that I did not get a chance to do with my daughter. And I said that this time around, I'm gonna make sure that I get my maternity pictures taken. So I got that done. Super excited to see the pictures, and she did a wonderful job. And now I'm just waiting for my baby shower, and then that's it. So that's what I've been up to, and so far everything is going a-okay. I just pray that, God continue to guide and protect me and this child throughout this journey, and give me a safe delivery and a bouncing baby boy to come home with. Yeah, so that's just me that's just where I'm at right now. And yeah. Some of my footage got deleted, but I did the best I could with this video. So here's a little clip from my maternity shoot, and she did an amazing job. The pictures turned out lovely. So yeah, until next time, take care of yourself and each other. Be blessed, guys. Bye.